December 19th. 69. The Roman capital burned by Vitellius. 1567. The Burleigh Papers state from the diocesan certificate that there were then in London and its immediate vicinity 3,838 Dutchmen, 720 Frenchmen, 137 Italians, 10 Venetians, 56 Spaniards, 25 Portuguese, 2 Grecians, 2 Blackmoors, 1 Dane, and but 58 Scots. 1675. Attack on Narragansett, by the united forces of the New England colonies, the English having gained an entrance, and withstood the first fire of the Indians, poured in a Mayenne, and made such havoc with their enemies that they soon had possession of every part of the fort. The wigwams, to the number of 500 or 600, were fired. The loss of the Indians on this occasion was by their own account 1,000 fighting men. The loss of old men, women and children could not be estimated, as they mostly perished in the flames. The loss of the English was 80 killed. The blow was irreparable to the Indians, who were deprived of their homes and provisions. 1728. White Kennet, an English prelate, died. He was an eloquent and popular preacher, and made a valuable collection of manuscripts. 1745. The avails of 3 nights acting the Beggar's Opera, amounting to £600, given to encourage King George's army against France and the rebels. 1753. Styan Thirlby, an ingenious and learned English critic, died. He edited the works of Justin Martyr. 1777. Washington moved his troops from the Swedes Ford to Valley Forge, 16 miles from Philadelphia, where he hunted them. They were in great want of shoes and stockings. At one time his army was without bread 4 days. On the 5th day 2 regiments refused to perform duty, but finally returned to order on the prudent conduct and persuasion of Washington. 1793. The Princess Royal of France, the only remaining member of the family of the unhappy Louis XVI, was exchanged for the Marquis Lafayette. 1793. The French troops entered Toulon, when such of the inhabitants as had favored the Allies either put an end to their own existence or perished by the guillotine or musket. 1799. Charles Joseph Pancouc, an eminent Parisian printer, died. He acquired great celebrity as an author and a man of letters, as well as by the excellence of his printing. 1806. Elizabeth Carter, a contributor to the Rambler, and a good Latin and Greek scholar, died at London. 1807. Frederick Melchior, Baron de Grimm, died. He is indebted for his fame to a correspondence with the Duke of Saxe-Gotha, from Paris, which was published in 16 volumes. 1813. David Hartley, an English philanthropist, died. He is distinguished also as a politician and a projector. In Parliament he steadily opposed the war with the colonies, and was one of the commissioners appointed to treat with Drive Franklin at Paris. 1813. Fort Niagara captured by the British, who took the Americans by surprise. In the fort were 250 men and 25 cannon. 1813. Lewistown and Tuscarora village, near Fort Schlosser, were burned by the Indians. 1815. Benjamin Smith Barton, an eminent physician of Philadelphia, died. He held the professorships of natural history and botany, afterwards of Materia Medica, and succeeded Drive Russian theory and practice of medicine. 1831. The National Assembly of Greece met at Argos, but in consequence of sedition was soon obliged to remove to Napoli. 1840. Felix Grundy, long a distinguished senator of the United States from Tennessee, died. He was a zealous supporter of the measures of General Jackson's administration. 1842. John Uncas, the last male descendant of the Mohegan chief of that name, died, aged 89, and was buried in the Royal Burying Ground of the Mohegans in Connecticut. 1845. Charles Bowen, with his wife and oldest child, drowned by the sinking of the steamer Bellozane in the Mississippi. He was for many years publisher of the North American Review, the American Almanac, Token, etc., in Boston. 1851. J. M. William Turner, an unrivaled English landscape painter, died at Chelsea, aged 76. He was a man of miserly habits and great eccentricities. 1852. Sacramento and California inundated. The city submerged by the breaking through of a levee.